Build muscle at home with no equipment, beginner friendly. Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Vital Living. If you clicked on this video, there's a pretty good chance you want to build some muscle but you don't have access to a gym, or maybe you just don't feel like going to one. And I get it. Life gets busy. Gyms can be expensive, and sometimes you just want to train at home without needing a bunch of equipment. The good news is, you can absolutely build muscle at home with nothing but your own body weight. A lot of people think you need barbells, dumbbells, and machines to grow muscle. But that's not entirely true, especially when you're just starting out. In this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how to build muscle at home as a beginner. Using only your body weight. I'll break down the science in simple terms. Give you the best beginner-friendly exercises. Show you how to progress over time. And give you a full training plan you can start using today. So if you're ready to build some muscle without stepping foot in a gym, let's get into it. Can you really build muscle with just body weight? This is the first question most people have. And the short answer is yes, especially if you're a beginner. When you first start training, your body responds really well to almost any form of resistance. Your muscles don't know if the resistance is coming from a barbell, dumbbells, or your own body weight. What matters is that you're challenging your muscles and forcing them to adapt. The key principle here is something called progressive overload. This basically means you need to keep making your workouts harder over time. When you're lifting weights, this is easy. You just add more weight to the bar. With bodyweight training, you have to get a little more creative. You can make bodyweight exercises harder by doing more reps, doing slower reps, especially on the lowering part, adding pauses at the hardest part of the movement, using harder variations of the exercise, reducing rest time between sets. As long as you keep finding ways to make the exercises more challenging, your muscles will keep growing. This is why a lot of people have built impressive physiques using mostly calisthenics, bodyweight training. That said, there are some limitations. Once you get pretty strong with bodyweight, it becomes harder to keep progressing without adding external weight. But for beginners and even intermediate lifters, bodyweight training can take you a very long way. The best beginner bodyweight exercises. Not all bodyweight exercises are created equal. Some are much better for building muscle than others. Here are the movements I recommend focusing on as a beginner. Push-ups and variations. This is your main upper body pushing movement. It works your chest, shoulders, and triceps. If regular push-ups are too hard at first, you can start on your knees or do them against a wall or elevated surface. Inverted rows, or doorway rows. This is your pulling movement. Most people neglect pulling when training at home, but it's super important for posture and balanced muscle development. You can do inverted rows under a sturdy table or use a doorway row technique. Bodyweight squats and lunges. These are your lower body builders. Squats work your quads and glutes, while lunges add a little more challenge and help fix muscle imbalances. Glute bridges, hip thrusts. Great for building your glutes and posterior chain, especially if regular squats feel awkward at first. Pike push-ups or shoulder taps. These help develop your shoulders. Pike push-ups are especially good if you want to work on overhead pressing strength. Planks and dead bugs. Core strength is important, but you don't need to do hundreds of crunches. Planks and dead bugs are much more effective for building a strong, stable core. These 6 movement patterns cover pretty much everything you need as a beginner. The Beginner Bodyweight Program. Here's a simple but effective 3-day-per-week program you can do at home. Each session should take about 40 to 50 minutes. Day 1: push focus plus legs. Push-ups. 3 sets of 6 to 12 reps. Pike push-ups. 3 sets of 6 to 10 reps. Bodyweight squats. 3 sets of 10 to 15 reps. Glute bridges, 3 sets of 12 to 15 reps. Plank, 3 sets of 20 to 40 seconds. Day 2 pull focus plus core. Inverted rows, or doorway rows, 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps. Superman holds, 3 sets of 20 to 30 seconds. Reverse lunges, 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps per leg. Dead bugs, 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps per side. Side plank, 3 sets of 20 to 30 seconds per side. Day 3 full body. Push-ups, 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps. Bodyweight squats, 3 sets of 12 to 15 reps. Glute bridges, 3 sets of 12 to 15 reps. Pike push-ups, 3 sets of 6 to 10 reps. Inverted rows, 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps. Plank, 3 sets of 30 to 45 seconds. This is a full body approach done 3 times a week. It hits everything while still giving you enough recovery time between sessions. How to progress? This is the most important part. A lot of people do bodyweight training but never really get stronger because they don't progress properly. Here's how to keep making progress. Add reps. If you can do 3 sets of 10 push-ups easily, try to get 3 sets of 12 next week. Slow down the movement, especially on the way down. A 3-second lowering phase makes push-ups and squats way harder. Add pauses. Pause for 1 to 2 seconds at the bottom of a squat or the top of a push-up. Use harder variations. Once regular push-ups become easy, move to diamond push-ups, archer push-ups, or decline push-ups. Reduce rest time. Shorter rest periods make the workout more challenging without adding weight. The goal is to keep challenging yourself every week. If your workouts feel the same month after month, you probably won't build much muscle. How often should you train? For beginners, training 3 times per week is usually the sweet spot. It gives you enough stimulus to grow while still allowing proper recovery. You can train more than 3 days if you want, but make sure you're not training the same muscle groups hard on back-to-back days. Something like push, pull, legs or full body 3 to 4 times a week works great. Nutrition for building muscle at home. Training is only half the equation. If you want to actually build muscle, you need to eat in a way that supports muscle growth. This means being in a slight calorie surplus and eating enough protein. Aim for around 1.6 to 2.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. You don't need to be perfect every single day, but try to be consistent most of the time. Some easy high-protein foods you can eat at home. Eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, chicken, tuna, protein powder, milk. You don't need to overcomplicate it. Just make sure you're eating enough food and getting decent protein with most of your meals. Common mistakes beginners make. Here are some mistakes I see a lot with people training at home. They do way too many reps with bad form. Quality beats quantity every time. It's better to do 8 good push-ups than 20 sloppy ones. They never make the exercises harder. They do the same workout for months and wonder why nothing is changing. You have to keep progressing. They skip pulling movements. A lot of home workouts are very push-dominant. Make sure you're doing rows and other pulling exercises to keep your shoulders healthy and your posture good. They expect fast results. Building muscle takes time, especially as a natural trainee. Be patient and consistent. How long until you see results? This is different for everyone, but most beginners can see noticeable changes in 8 to 12 weeks if they train consistently and eat well. In the beginning, a lot of the progress comes from your body getting better at the movements, neural adaptations. But after a few weeks you should start seeing actual muscle growth. Take progress pictures every 2 to 4 weeks instead of relying only on the scale. Sometimes the mirror and photos show changes that the scale doesn't. Should you ever add weights? Eventually. Yes, but not right away. Once you can do things like 3 sets of 15 to 20 clean push-ups, 10 plus pull-ups, or advanced row variations, and pistol squat progressions, adding some external weight, dumbbells, resistance bands, or a weighted vest, will help you keep progressing. But for the first 6 to 12 months, pure bodyweight training can take you surprisingly far. Final thoughts. Building muscle at home with no equipment is 100% possible. Especially when you're just starting out. You don't need a fancy gym or expensive equipment. You just need consistency, good form, and a willingness to make things harder over time. The program I gave you today is simple, effective, and realistic. If you follow it for the next 8 to 12 weeks while eating enough protein and getting good sleep, you're going to see real changes in your body. If you want, I can make a more advanced version of this program or create a 4-day version once you get stronger. Just let me know in the comments. Also, if you have any questions about specific exercises or how to modify things based on your current fitness level, drop them below. I read every single comment. If this video helped you, make sure to like it and subscribe to Vital Living. We post new content every week about fitness, health optimization, and practical strategies that actually work. Thanks for watching. Guys, I appreciate you. Go get after it, and I'll see you in the next one.